Hello, what iFoods? This is James. If you're seeing this, box opening stream is live right now. Come on and join the party. But before we do have our party, I want to talk about two new archetypes from the new Mainbox, Valhalla Rising. This is part 2 of 2 of my box review. And we are getting Nordics. We're getting very strong Nordic monsters in Odin, Loki, and Thor, which how do we find, where's Thor? Thor, Authority, Thor, Lord of the Aesir. Basically, they're all really strong Nordic gods that require a specific Nordic tuner, and then 2 or more non-tuner monsters. Fortunately, their tuners have abilities that deal with that. We will talk about each of them, and they all have like a negation protection effect. And then when they are destroyed by the opponent's card, you can banish the specific tuner. So Thor requires a Nordic Beast. If he's destroyed by opponent's battle or card effect, banish a Nordic Beast, special summon this card. If summoned this way, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. Odin's recovery, banish Nordic Ascendant, and then when this summoned this way, you can draw a card. And then Loki, you banish the Nordic Alfar. That's his special tuner. And then you can target a trap card in your graveyard, add that target to your hand. Odin, during the main phase, he can protect himself from spell and traps, but Canadia can be chained. Loki, during your battle phase, if your opponent activates a spell or trap, Loki can, once per turn, negate the activation, and then has his recovery effect. And then good old Thor, Lord of the Aesir, once per turn, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls until the end of this turn. That's very strong, but I'm actually more excited about the tuners. I'm more excited about the flexibility of these tuners and the Nordic non-tuner monsters for summoning our non-god synchro Shokans. Alright, so for the specific tuners, Odin requires Nordic Ascendant tuners. We have Valkyrie of Nordic Ascendant. When this card is normal summoned, your opponent controls a monster. You control no other cards. You can banish 2 Nordic monsters from your hand. Special summon 2 Einherjar tokens in a defense position. So you have your level 2, and then you banish 2 cards from your hand, and you have 2 level 4s. And that can make Odin, because Odin requires a Nordic Ascendant tuner. Father of the Aesir. Also, Vanatus. For Synchro Summon, you can substitute this card for any one Nordic tuner monster. So this can substitute for any of the Nordic gods. If this card is used Synchro material, all other Synchro materials must be Nordic monsters, which we will, of course, use because they're great. Once per turn, you can send 1 Nordic monster from your deck to the graveyard. This card level becomes the level of that monster until the end of this turn. But she doesn't have an effect where she gets more materials. For that, you'll need something like Tana Grisnir of the Nordic Beasts, or the White Goat. If this card is destroyed by battle, sent to the graveyard, special summon 2 Nordic Beast tokens, Beast level 3. So 2 level 3s, that's level 6. And then normal summon your Vanatus of Nordic Ascendant. That is a level 10 Nordic God. But you can also change her level, so that's some flexibility. I think basically Black Goat. Tanningnostir of the Nordic Beasts. When a monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. Once per turn, when this defense position card on the field is changed to face-up attack position, you can special summon 1 Nordic Beast monster from your deck in defense position, except Tanningnostir of the Nordic Beasts. We actually got a good combo from Konami with this. Basically, either you have Tanningnostir in your hand, or you have Gleipnir, the Fetters of Fenrir, which was created from like the sound of a cat's step, the spit of a bird, and I don't know. Oh, a fish's breath, right? And then they had to use up all of those materials to create these very powerful chains, and that's why none of those things exist in our world. Anyway, you either have Gleipnir or Tanningnostir, one of 6 cards. The monster is destroy Tanningnostir in defense position, and then change him to attack position for gold effects of the Nordic Beasts, and that is a level 7 Black Rose. If your opponent has heavily invested in their field, that's going to be great for you, because after you special summon gold effects, you still even have your normal summon. But I think the best Nordic card is a normal. And that is Mara of the Nordic alfar. When using this card as synchro material, the other synchro materials must be 2 Nordic monsters in your hand. So Marta, Nordic alfar, alfar tuner. Alfar is for Loki, Lord of the Aesir. Because if we have alfar on the field, right, and then we have 2 Garmirs in the hand, or Lyosalf, basically Mara in the hand, Mara in the field, and 2 level 4 Nordics in the hand, we can make Loki. But Mara is not restricted to Nordic synchros. Mara does not restrict the abilities of these synchro monsters. Mara can be used to summon Quarian Gandrax from the hand. So Mara, Nordic alfar, level 2 tuner, plus one of your other level 4 tuners, either Goldifax or Venatus. Oh no, that's Recardination. Venatus. All right, so we have 6 stars in tuners, and then a level 3, either White Goat or Black Goat, makes for a level 9 Synchro Shokan. Now, this does kill your hand. You have Mara, normal summon, and then 2 more cards from your hand. Quarian Gandrax does give amazing value, though, so I will work hard for that combo. And then, what is this? Jorgenmunder. Cannot be normal summoned or set if an Aesir monster is on the field. You can special summon this card from your hand to your opponent's side of the field in defense position. Interesting. If an Aesir monster is not on the field, destroy this card. If this face-up defense position card you control is changed to face-up attack position, take 3,000 damage. Ooh. Oh, some Naisu not reading there. So you just special summon in defense position. The opponent's like, oh, I'm just going to change this lava golem to attack position. And then, yeah, that's a meme. That's a meme and a half. Let me know. Ooh, let me know your ideas for that in the comment section below. And the last thing I want to talk about for Nordics is Nordic Relic Megingjord. Target 1 Aesir or Nordic monster you control. Its attack and defense each become double its original attack and defense until the end of the turn, but it cannot attack your opponent directly this turn. That's fine, because at 8,000 attack points, Odin has lethal over anything, including the old Egyptian gods. All right, now for Ultra Athletes. Ultra Athletes, basically, they received their defensive cards. Right before, we only had the dumb Smash. We just spammed out a bunch of Smash monsters and smashed, and now we have some cool defensive effects. So we have UA Blockbacker. You can special summon this card. All right, so they can all tag out. If you have UA on the field, you can tag it out for any different UA. Once per turn, when your opponent special summons a monster, you can change their battle position, and if you do, negate their effects. Keep that in mind, because that's actually that's what I want to focus on. That's the main combo. UA Blockbacker plus UA Turnover Tactics. So if you control 2 or more UA monsters with different names, so basically for UAs, that means that you had one good turn, and then you normal summon midfielder again. You do still need midfielder. You normal summon midfielder again, and then you get a second UA. If you control 2 or more UA monsters with different names, shuffle as many monsters on the field as possible into the deck, then special summon UA monsters from your deck that have different names from each other up to the number of cards shuffled into your main deck. But those monsters cannot attack this turn. Then your opponent can special summon monsters from their deck up to the number of cards shuffled into their main deck. You can only activate 1 UA Turnover Tactics per turn. So, if the opponent has an extra deck, focused deck, they are totally screwed. Because you shuffle your UAs, you get new UAs, and then they special summon nothing. Because they've shuffled their monsters into the extra deck, and nothing went into the main deck, and they can't special summon anything. If you are playing against, say, Desperado Barrel Dragon, and you have this card, you only want 1 or 2 of it, because it is kind of a brick, they will special summon their Desperado Barrel Dragon, and they can, because Desperado Barrel Dragon is a main deck monster. However, if you have special summoned UA Blockbacker, that's no problem, because You get UA Blockbacker, they get Desperado. UA Blockbacker changes Desperado to defensive position, and it cannot activate its effects. But it can, if it's during the battle phase, it can chain its destruction effect. So take care for that. The rest of the UAs are less exciting. Like, so we'll make space in our UA deck for Turnover Tactics, for UA Blockbacker. The rest of them, I need to change the highlight color in Firefox for the find. Okay, here we go. Right, Perfect Ace. Okay. You can special summon this card from your hand, blah, 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 blah. You can special summon UA Perfect Ace once per turn this way. Once per turn during your opponent's turn, when a card or effect is activated, you can discard one card. Negate that activation if you do destroy it. This is a quick effect, so it's not quite as powerful as Shien. I think that with the Desperado Barrel Dragon basically destroying all the strong battle lines, I think that Blockbacker is better right now, but if there's a bunch of back row, UA Perfect Ace is a perfect way to deal with that. And then we got one more. Okay, yeah, UA Goldkeeper. And you can tell that they're defensive monsters because they're all have high defense and low attack. Once per turn, during your opponent's turn, you can target one UA monster you control. During this turn, it cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. This is a quick effect. So I'm thinking, like we just have the whole team, right? We just have the whole team, and then 3 midfielders, and we'll go from there. Especially with the skill Draw Sense, low level. Remember, stream is live right now. Come join the party. Thank you for watching.